I'm at Hope High School, and tell our audience who you are and what you're trying to accomplish.
Sure. My name is Danielle Ferguson. I'm an alumni from the class of 1997 at Hope High School. Upon graduating Hope, I furthered my education at Bentley College. I enjoyed my experience here at Hope, a great deal. Since 2009, I'm actually a part founder of the Hope High Alumni Association, and I act as a board member on the association as the treasurer. We are an organization whose goals is to bring, come back to the school and create some wonderful things for the school. For this past year, we've actually gone out to different Hope sporting events. We just had a first annual Hope High Alumni Weekend, which consisted of over 5 different decades of Hope alumni this past July. We have created 2 book scholarships that we're going to start and give to 2011 recipients. And it's a great organization. We're actually on Facebook right now. If you type in Hope High Alumni, we're on Facebook, and we have a website, hopehighalumni.org. It's important to actually come back to the school. Today was eye-opener for me. We actually had an alumni here from the class of 1946 who had not been back since he graduated from the school. And he appreciated the school being open, and for the class of 65 to come out here and do the tour. It's definitely an eye-opener. Even though we are into technology and have everything online, there's nothing like actually physically being with the people and reminiscing with people and being able to network with different alumni and meeting different alumni from generations and the future alumni, the young alumni that are going to be graduating this year. It's all about getting everyone connected and joining together as a family to give back what created us.
Locker over there and being told that he had died. It was very traumatic. It's funny how you remember exactly where you were. Well, I was right here when it happened. Yes.
I was watching a science movie downstairs. I forgot who the teacher was when the announcement came over.
Yes.
I remember being there, and it's like, oh my God.
I know.
Most students are graduating with like 24-ish.
So isn't that something we were all in this high school building when that happened?
That's right, yeah.
That's right.
I took the day off that day. I remember I was out of school and I was in Garden
You
City.
were bunking.
I wasn't. I was with my mother. I think I was looking for whatever, long story, but a waitress had told us, we saw the flag half-staff, we knew something happened. But I wasn't here that day. It's funny, I thought I was in junior high school at that time, but I wasn't, because you were all sophomores then, 62.
Yeah,
right?
63.
Oh, he died in 63? I thought it was 62.
Wasn't it 63?
And
yes, it was
The
63.
reason why it's only 16 is because probably not all of them are proficient. And proficiency is if you either get a 3 or above on your portfolio piece for that class, and then you can put it in your portfolio binder and use that for.
Have you had to have credits, service credits, all through school, or?
No. If you don't have enough credits to graduate, they have what is it called? They have this program where you can make up your credits, and you basically go after school rather than dropping a class and picking up.
I'm talking about like volunteer credits.
Volunteer
credits.
credits?
Do you have to do any hours volunteering?
Yeah, to graduate you need to have volunteer credits also. You need 16 or 18 volunteer hours, and that's part of graduation.
Is that just the senior year, or is that every year?
No, that's just to graduate. You could add it up through all 4 years if you want. But
So
in the
that's
end
basically
of
what
your
you need to have to graduate.
in the end of your senior year, you have to have at least 18 hours of community service.
Yeah.
Did you know that these ladies, some of them were in this hallway when President Kennedy was shot?
Wow.
I remember being at my locker when I heard the news that he had died. And it's like, it's so traumatic. You remember every little detail.
And every detail of everything that you did that day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what did you do? What were Where were you?
I left the school to go across the street to get a bite to eat, because that was a diner at the time. It was a drugstore, and it had a soda fountain.
That's right.
And I was coming back to go back to homeroom, because I was always bunking. I was coming back to go homeroom. And somebody said to me, a woman came out of her house yelling and screaming, President Kennedy's been shot, President Kennedy's been shot, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead. I mean, I could hear it. I could hear her, I could see her face. I remember her that vividly. And we ran back into school. Were we supposed to be there? No, we weren't supposed to be across the street.
And I remember being downstairs in the art class doing a piece, and we were all just shocked. Yeah, because the art class was downstairs.
Across from the cafeteria.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah.
That is
Well,
something.
History.
I mean, we all watched Obama's speech. When we all watched his inauguration in school. That day was just like, I mean, it was a school day, but not really. Like, everybody was just too excited to do work. And most of the teachers just went to a classroom that had a smart board, and we all just watched it. And they had it up in the auditorium, and we watched it. So
that's good.
Yeah.
That's learning. That's history.
Yeah.
That's what you should be doing that day. That was great. That's great.
Yeah.
I remember being in, I don't remember if it was Nathan Bishop Junior High or if it was Summit Avenue Elementary School, but I remember over the loudspeaker listening to the World Series, which then after a few years later they wouldn't do that, but you could while you were in class.
That's when it
you
was
listened.
during the day.
It was during the day. The World Series was during the day, and of course, you couldn't see it, but you were listening to it in class. You know.
I went to Nathan Bishop.
So did I.
So did I.
They tore down Summit Avenue.
Yeah.
And where did you go to elementary?
I went to Asa Messer Elementary. That's like near Bridgham. Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay, I remember being in our homeroom, Mrs. Ethia, on the second floor, and this was around 2 to 2:30 in the afternoon, and she made the announcement, and I believe right after that they made the announcement over the loudspeaker. But she informed us that that Kennedy did get shot, and what I didn't remember, somebody reminded us that there was a fire drill just before I guess we had to go back up to our homerooms, and somebody said last night they had a transistor radio. I don't know if it was yourself.
Yes.
We had a transistor radio, which they shouldn't have had in school, but they did, and they heard on the news show that he got shot, and that is a memory that I'm kind of recalculating into my memory now. That's as far as I remember. That's it.
Tell our audience what your name is and where you're living now.
My name is Ben Seltzer, and I live in Long Island, Plainview, Long Island.
Okay. And who do we have here, and what do you remember?
Seltzer. Unfortunately, I didn't go to Hope High School.
Okay, then I'm going to move right here to the trumpet player.
Al Nasberg, and I remember standing in a line out in front of the school during the fire drill, and the young man in front of me had a transistor radio in his ear, turned around to me and said, "They just said the president's been shot." And my response was very funny. Turn around, you're going to get us in trouble. We're not supposed to talk in line. And we filed back in, and in homeroom, we were told that he had been shot. Not that he was dead, but that he had been shot. And we were sent home. We were told, you'll be dismissed in a few minutes, go home.
Well, the custodian took me downstairs and he opened up the art room, room 1. And he opened the door, and we had the original tables and chairs from when I was here, and I could see the seat where I was sitting when I got the notice.
When you were informed.
Yep.
Amazing.
Now, one more.
Well, I was home with a cold in bed, so I didn't even go to school that day.
And how did you find out? How did you get
It may have been with the transistor radio, but I know my father came home. He was sent home from work, and I'll never forget he was crying. And that's one thing I remember about that day.
And tell our viewers who you are, so all of our students across this country will get to remember.
I'm Howard Sherman, class of 1965, and live in the Boston area right now.
Okay, thank you, Howard.